Good morning. Welcome to the forecast discussion for Tuesday, October 13th, 2015. We have a area of low pressure off the coast that is producing periods of showers and some heavier rainfall over portions of Long Island earlier this morning and eastern Connecticut. That rainfall is lifting up into New England. We also have a prefrontal trough ahead of the main cold front that is moving through central Pennsylvania. That will bring showers to eastern Pennsylvania later this morning and throughout the entire northern mid-Atlantic this afternoon. Currently we have temperatures in the mid to upper 50s over your northern suburbs, upper 50s to lower 60s in the suburbs around New York City and Philadelphia, and lower to mid 60s along the coast. Temperatures are going to rise just a little bit more, only into the upper 60s to lower 70s today, as a cold front moves through the region and kicks off our step down to a much cooler weather pattern as we head towards this weekend. So let's take a look at the latest surface map, and you can see a nice area of low pressure is off the coast. This approached a little bit closer to the coast than what was originally forecasted. Something to keep an eye on for this upcoming cold season, that is for sure. This low pressure system has produced periods of rain over Cape Cod, Connecticut, and Long Island this morning, at times heavy. Now let me show you the prefrontal trough because it might be a little bit difficult to see. It's basically right here, right there, and there. Now, this prefrontal trough is typical with these cold fronts, okay? And what it's basically doing is a separation between moist air and dry air, and then the cold front comes through with the temperature change. So as a result, ahead of this prefrontal trough, you end up with, well, periods of rain at times, and that rainfall can be a little bit heavy. I'm not all that impressed with it, to be honest with you, but ahead of this trough is usually where we see a nice little burst of heavy rain, and then thereafter it falls apart. So overall, we're dealing with a rather impressive setup here for our weather pattern moving forward, because what we're going to be seeing are temperatures well below normal by the time we get to this weekend. Onto the radar. Now here we have our coastal low, and you can see periods of heavy rain moving through Cape Cod and portions of southeast Massachusetts heading towards Boston, Rhode Island. We did have a nice little period of moderate to heavy rain earlier this morning around 4 or 5 a.m. over Long Island and over Connecticut. That rainfall will continue to lift northeast and will be out of here by the late morning hours. Then we get a bit of a break in between that coastal low and the prefrontal trough. And you can see as it's approaching the northern mid-Atlantic, it's still holding up pretty well with some bursts of moderate to heavy rainfall here as this disturbance lifts to the east. On the latest infrared satellite picture, now you might think the cold front is here, but in reality the cold front is still way back here. Let me show you, I'll draw it right now for you. Basically right about here. Okay, so the cold front is here, the prefrontal trough is here. So what does this basically mean? Well, this basically means that once this prefrontal trough moves through the region, our rainfall threat really starts to decline rapidly. So if you're going to the Mets game this evening, which I know many are, obviously, but a chance to clinch the division series, don't expect too much in the way of rainfall. It could be an isolated shower at the very start of the game, but after 8:30, no more threat for rainfall. As the cold front moves through, you'll definitely notice a wind shift to the northwest and temperatures starting to fall off. But overall, not that bad of an evening with clearing skies, falling temperatures, falling humidity. Your shower threat most likely will be from 2 p.m. to about 6 p.m. this afternoon, this evening, and then thereafter we start to dry out rather nicely. So let's dive into this forecast. So again, for today, cold front approaches the region. Look for high temperatures in the upper 60s to lower 70s. This evening, the cold front moves through with a few isolated showers lingering, followed by clearing skies, temperatures falling through the 60s, dew points falling through the 40s. Overnight tonight, the cold front's off the coast, skies will clear, and by tomorrow morning, with high pressure in full control, temperatures will fall into the mid-50s for lows. High temperatures tomorrow afternoon with sky cloud cover and a west-northwesterly wind will rise into the mid to upper 60s. And on Thursday, with high pressure in place, Look for clear skies with lows in the mid-40s over the interior, upper 40s to lower 50s along the coast, lower to mid-60s for highs. Then we get into a rather chilly weather pattern. We have a cold front that will move through on Friday, not expecting much precipitation. An isolated shower here or there. But overall, we're looking at a dry frontal passage. Look for low temperatures in the lower to mid-50s, high temperatures in the mid-60s on Friday. The cool air builds in on Saturday with a strong Canadian high pressure in place. Look for low temperatures in the mid-40s, high temperatures in the mid to upper 50s. And then on Sunday, with high pressure almost right over the region, look for light winds, low temperatures in the lower to mid-30s over the interior, mid to upper 30s along the coast and in your urban areas, possibly around 40 degrees in Philadelphia and New York City itself. But in your suburbs and in the Pine Barrens, northwestern New Jersey, portions of northeastern Pennsylvania, the Hudson River Valley, many of these locations will see the potential for their first freeze. High temperatures won't be much better, with highs only in the upper 40s to lower 50s. Cool air doesn't last too long though. High pressure will start to exit on Monday with scattered cloud cover expected. Lows in the mid to upper 30s along the coast, lower to mid 30s over the interior. High temperatures though in the mid 50s. And on Tuesday, with high pressure slowly exiting, look for more of a southwesterly wind with lows in the mid to upper 40s and highs in the lower to mid 60s. That is your forecast discussion for today. Of course, I'm your meteorologist, Stephen DiMartino. Thank you for following NYNJPA weather, and as always, stay safe out there.